Hi guys, welcome back to Lessons and Reflections with Stacy, and in today's video we will be doing a random get ready with me and also some girl chat. Okay, we'll be talking about a few different things, so let's get into this video. Okay y'all, so we just gonna get right into it. I don't have any like a specific look that I'm going for. I'm just literally just going to like play around, so that's what I'm gonna do. So first things first, I like to just analyze my face. I legit do this all the time, so I'm just gonna do that. How you guys doing? I hope all is well with you guys. I hope all is well. And guys, just to let you know, I do have my fan on, just in case if y'all hear it, so y'all know what that is. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite foundation, and that is the Infallible. The Infallible foundation, which I am obsessed with, and I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 439. Y'all know me, I only like a little bit of foundation, just a little. So I'm just gonna literally buff all of that into my skin. That's what I'm going to do. I hope everyone is doing well out there. And everyone is just staying motivated and keeping the hope alive and the faith. I'm just going to add a little bit more. I thought that was enough, but just a little bit, just a little bit more, just a little. That was actually a lot. Whatever, y'all. Okay, so guys, I wanted to talk about like just a few things that was on my mind. And well, oftentimes honestly this is on my mind, like this happiness and you know, staying true to who you are. I feel like this is something that we all need a reminder of, and I want to be that girlfriend for y'all that's going to remind y'all. Okay, so this is just like a friendly reminder for all of us, for all the ladies out there, for all the men out there too. At the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? Like, we all human, but this is just a reminder to stay true to who you are and be happy with whatever it is that you decide to do. And I feel like, especially with all that's going on right now, it's so easy to lose that, to lose the hope and lose that that motivation, and it's so easy to be slipped off track, you know. But this is just a little reminder to keep going. And I'm saying this, and I'm not only saying this for y'all, I'm saying this for myself as well. Like, again, this is a reminder for all of us, is just to keep going and do what makes you happy. You know, I know some people, and then all depending on certain, you know, everybody have different circumstances, but I feel like sometimes we do things because you know, we have to do it, or you know, some people may feel like they don't have any other option, or they comfortable where they at, so they don't want to do something else, or they fearful of the change, or whatever the situation may be. But I think that it is so important. This is the, I'm sorry, I didn't even let y'all know, I always do this. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer, and I am in C10.2, and I'm going in with the Morphe. This was from the collection. I think it was the Complexion Cruise collection. Yeah, it's not a number on it, but it's just like a concealer, a little concealer brush, what I use for concealer. So so yeah, but I think that sometimes we have to eliminate the fear and the we have to eliminate like the fear and the obligation that we attach to ourselves. Like, we don't have to do nothing that we don't want to do. And if there's something in our life that we're not happy with, or we doing this because we feel like we have to, okay, well then obviously some things need to change, you know. And I think it's just more so of understanding your true ability as a human being, and understanding that you have the power, and understanding how strong and how talented you really are, you know. And sometimes I think that we forget how dope we are, and we wind up settling, or we wind up or we allow like past trauma to allow us to stay in certain situations where we know that we're unhappy with. And that could be anything. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be, I don't know, your living situation, it could be so many other things. But I think my point is to stay true to who you are, and if it's something that's not serving you any good in your life, maybe reevaluate that. Do like a self-evaluation, and you know, make some changes from there. I think deep down we all know this already, but again, sometimes we need a reminder to remind us of certain things, you know. So now I'm gonna go in with my, I don't even have anything in here, the deep contour palette from e.l.f. And y'all, look at this. There's legit nothing in here. I use the bottom two, and whatever, we just want to dig in. I can find something on my bed. But yeah, so you know, just know that you guys, if you're going through something and you're tired of it, or you feel like, you know, you deserve more, or you want more, or you don't want to do this, or it's a certain goal or a certain job that, like your dream job or something, and you feel like, you look at the qualifications and you immediately put yourself down, like, oh no, I'm not going to get it because I won't be qualified. No, still apply, still go for it. Because sometimes, let me tell you guys something really quick, right? I used to always apply for things I wasn't qualified for. And it was a time where I didn't even have a resume. My resume was my mouth. In my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have a resume, but I know I want this job, or I need this job. So I'm just gonna go for it. And it was times that like a lot of my interviews were like on the spot. They weren't like plans, some of them. So me knowing I didn't have a resume, I wasn't really prepared, but I allowed what I feel I was good at, which is, you know, my mouth, you know, talking. I allowed that to play a huge role in this job. And I literally, me knowing that I didn't have a resume, I didn't have a piece of paper that showed my my job history, because at the time I didn't have it. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, what's the sense of me doing a resume? I know some people be lying on their resume, but me, I didn't have time to be sitting here thinking of the lie and writing all that. I didn't have time for all that. So I was just like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? Like, they're gonna be like, okay, no, either no, you're not gonna get the job, you don't even have a resume, it's not like, why are you even here? It's either that, or they look beyond that and be like, you know what, this person didn't have a resume, but she didn't allow that to discourage her. She still went in. And some people, let me tell you, a lot of people, actually, I came across a few managers that seen beyond that, and they were on some, you know what, well, I appreciate your drive, I appreciate you even coming in here and having the courage to be honest and open about certain things. And just because you don't have the qualifications that you think is required, or you don't have the history that they actually looking for on that resume, just because you don't have that doesn't mean you're not fit for the job. There's a lot of people who have like 50 years of experience and are horrible. They're horrible with customer service. They just horrible being a team member. the work ethic is just not there, because the entitlement happens when you at a job for so many years. You feel like, okay, certain things I don't have to do. I don't have to, you know, go above and beyond anymore because I've been here for the longest. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, eliminate that. Eliminate. And this is just a little example of not putting yourself down with certain things, and being confident enough to know that regardless what happens, either they won't like you or not, you still want to keep it pushing, and you still want to at least try before you knock yourself down, you know? So, and guys, guess what? I got the drug. So that was just like a, you know, a little reminder of sometimes we, no, I'm not going to use this. Sometimes we, I'm just going to go in with a little blush. And this is the e.l.f. Blush Trio in Rosy Flush. It look like this. It's like a little rosy. I'm just going to mix both of these because I don't know if I want all that pink. But guys, let me tell you, when you think highly of yourself, and when you feel like there's nothing that can stop you, that's all you need. Is that confidence. That's all you need, I'm telling you. I'm just gonna go back in with my bronzer brush and just blend all that in. But yeah, that's all you need. So be confident in what you know you could put to the table. And honestly, that's why me being in management, it was a lot of things when it comes down to regular like interviewing. My interview style is a little different. Like I never I don't care about, honestly, I don't care about your resume. I don't care about how long you've been with the job. To me, that's not what's going to make me be like, okay, this is the right candidate. Like, no, I'm the total opposite. Because one, people lie on their resume. Come on, you know, people lie on their resume, so that could be false. And furthermore, sometimes the people that don't have the experience is 10 times more driven. And the only reason why I could vouch for that and say that is because I was one of them. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like certain things, I apply a lot of things of like my experiences of what I learned, you know, when it comes down to like interviewing and stuff. I'm gonna go in with my Java. Guys, I normally use chocolate mousse, but I'm gonna go with Java. I don't know. I like chocolate mousse better though, but whatever. I don't think I have any more. But yeah. So the point of the matter is, y'all, stay true to who you are. Stay true to what you like. And I feel like once things is not like fun anymore, it kind of loses the purpose of things. And I could say this for myself. I'm not speaking for everybody. But I think that it's so important to remember why you choose the things you choose in the beginning of it. Like for instance, with a job, what's your reasoning behind applying for the job? Like what was the purpose of you wanting to be at that job to begin with? Like was it the company's like integrity? Was it the brand? Was it what they stand for? Or what's the reason why you decided to give this person, it could just also be in a relationship, what's the reason why you decided to give this person time of day? Did they make you laugh? Did they rub your feet? Like what was it? You get what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we lose the purpose of things. We lose the reasoning behind why we even wanted to do this to begin with when life happens. But sometimes I think it's important to go back and to really reminisce and think like, why did I pick you? Or why did I choose this job over this one? Or you get what I mean? Sometimes we have to put ourselves in that position and really think hard and remind ourselves like, okay, this is the reason why I wanted this. Is it still there anymore? And if it's not there, sometimes it can mean a lot of things. It can mean I'm going to try again. If it's not going to play out the way how it used to play out or whatever, then it's a dub. Or it's one of those things where sometimes it could be an eye opener where it's like, you know what, nah. And sometimes in between the years and months and days and weeks, we learn more and more about things. And it sends us back to a different perspective. But I think that's the beauty of life, is to learn and do better and be better, you know. But I say, when you find something that you like or that you love, you know, give it your all. But also remember, your happiness comes first. And if things or people or whoever is not serving you any justice or any peace of mind, you know, I realize, like, the older I'm getting, the more I just want peace. The more I just want peace, like, legit, I just want peace. I don't want all that extra stuff. I just want peace. Give me peace of mind, and that's it. Like, if it's something that's interfering with my peace of mind or my happiness, that's something that I have to make a decision on my own and be like, you know what, yeah, this is not for me no more. It is what it is. Like, you know, and don't feel bad about that. You know, we all grow, we all learn, and we are entitled to change our mind. We are we allowed to have a difference, and not a difference, but we allowed to pretty much just change our mind. We allowed to change our mind. We are allowed to do things, and the truth is, sometimes things is not like how we used to be, and that's okay too. I think that's okay too. Sometimes it'd be for the better, you know. But I think the main importance, yo, this brow always giving me trouble. Like, I hate this brow. Once you feel like you're compromising your happiness, that's when I think, you know, a sit down with yourself is necessary. You know, or simply just having that, you know, that group of friends, or that a family member that you really could talk to. Guys, I don't know why this eyebrow is getting me tight, but like, yeah, a group of friends, or somebody that you could trust, and you could confide in, you know, to just vent. And but what am I doing right now? Alright, I'm gonna go back in with my concealer and use this as a primer. But yeah, y'all. And it's so important. I know I discussed this in some previous videos, but I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna keep saying it again, and I'm gonna try my best to say it again in every video, because I feel like this is extremely important. Surround yourself with positive people. People who want good for you. People who genuinely cares about you and love you. People who's not going to be a yes man. People who's going to tell you what it is. People who's going to be there for you, support you in private and support you in public, okay? That is so important, especially when you're not feeling your best, or when you're not feeling, you know, when you're feeling a little down, you're a little bit more vulnerable in certain, you know, in certain situations. It's good to have someone that's going to be there and help you with things. You know, I ain't saying go out there and grab a group of strangers and call them friends. I ain't saying that, y'all. But what I am saying is be a little bit more aware enough to know the people who's there for you and the people who just praying for your downfall, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that's like that. A lot of people. Of course, they ain't gonna come out and say, I don't want y'all to win. You get what I mean? Don't be blindsided. No, ain't no real hater gonna come out and be like, I'm a hater. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say that. But that's why it's important for you to, you know, be woke and stay ready, so you don't have to get ready, okay? I'm just gonna go in with my Beauty Bakery powder and oat. I'm just gonna conceal that, and I'm not putting any powder underneath my eye. My under eyes are already dry, so I don't want no cake city down here. You know, but I'm just putting powder here to set it, so just to prevent it from creasing. Is it me, or even if you put powder or if you use like the best eye primer on the market, you still crease? Because me, that's me. I still crease, and that's because I have a little hood too. But I don't know, whatever. Y'all, I don't even be wearing eyeshadow like that, and I think more so because of you know, this whole quarantine thing. But yeah, again, my eyes is about to tear. So y'all, just be mindful. I'm going in with the Masquerade Mini palette by Miss Juvie, black owned. What's up, girl? But yeah, y'all, just stay. And sometimes, y'all, let me tell y'all another thing too. I know a lot of people don't like being alone. A lot of people don't like being alone. They feel like, you know, they can't be alone or whatever reason. But let me say something. Being alone would have y'all think totally differently. Like, if you're going through something and you need some time to like think, or you need to like reevaluate a few things, like sometimes you have to be by yourself, because the opinions of others is just a distraction sometimes, especially if you have people that's just not really there for you. You get what I mean? Like let me tell you, if you try to be alone just for like a day, you will be thinking about a lot, and a lot of things could be an eye-opener. I mean, if you wanna face the truth. Sometimes people don't want to face the truth, so they would ignore the signs, regardless if they're alone by themselves, or regardless if the God Himself put the truth in your face. Sometimes people can't handle it, and I get it. We all learn on our own time. Totally, I totally get it. It's understandable, but at some point, you gotta be okay with knowing that it's okay to not always be okay, and it's okay to not know the answers. You know, and that's honestly something that I'm also learning too. Like for me, I'm learning, I didn't get there yet, but I'm learning how to like not always be in control of every tiny aspect of things. I love the fact that I am in control of my life. I love the fact that I know what I want, but sometimes being so controlling won't allow you to hear other people's opinion, because you're just so stern in your own vision that sometimes you don't even want to be open enough to see other things. You get what I'm saying? For me, this is how I feel. You know, sometimes, and then also too, without even knowing, sometimes it have you not even asking like for help. And again, I mentioned this before, it's not that I don't like asking for help. It's sometimes I feel like I just don't know how to be honest, because I'm just the type of person that I always figure it out. I always, and I think it's had a lot to do with how I was raised. You know, my mother, she raised us to be really independent at a very young age. So it's like, if you don't know something, go to yourself, because I mean, you ain't gonna disappoint yourself. I mean, there's times we do things that's like, okay, we regret or we not too happy with, but I mean, ain't nobody gonna love you the way you love yourself. And it's gonna be times where you're gonna need something, and people's not there for you. So how you gonna do it yourself? You get what I'm saying? So that's how I was raised. It's crazy, but I was raised to, my mother taught us to live without her. My mom's still here. I love the shit out of my mom. She's still here, but that's how she taught us, because she's like, listen, I ain't gonna be here forever. And honestly, as an adult, I appreciate that like so much. So it's not that I don't like asking for help. It's sometimes I probably just feel like I don't have to, or sometimes I don't know how to be like, oh, can you do, you get what I mean? Like, I don't know. With certain things that's just like, okay, I could do it myself, because one, either I did it before, or I really just don't need the help, you know. But again, I'm learning to just like chill and be okay with not always being in control. You get what I'm saying? And being with my fiance, who is also, I won't say babe is controlling. She just has her own vision. She knows what she wants, but I won't say that she's controlling like me, because I could be a little, you know, annoying with it. But you know, like, she definitely taught me, like, yo, chill, like, let me take the lead on things too. Like, you're not here by yourself. You get what I'm saying? You're not here by yourself. Like, you're not. And sometimes, you know, you don't look at it that way. You look at it like, babe, I deadass didn't ask you because I just really feel like I didn't need help, or maybe because you was doing something, so I did it. You get what I mean? It's innocent, but I could understand how that could make somebody feel too. You get what I'm saying? So I get it, and I'm grateful that I have someone that is like, it's like a good balance. Sometimes I could be over the top, baby, like, I chill, bring it down. You get what I'm saying? So it's good to have like a good balance, and that's why I say it's good to be around people who knows you, who genuinely loves you, and who has your best interest at heart. You get what I'm saying? And who's not going to judge you. We all have flaws. We all have flaws. We all have things that we want to work on, and sometimes certain things that we need to work on is a tough pill to swallow. Like me not being in control. Girls, that's a tough pill to swallow, okay? Like, get off. But yeah, that's really tough, you know, but I'm learning the importance of it, you know, because at the end of the day, we're not in control. God is, so I get it, you know. But yeah, I just want everyone to understand the importance of loving yourself, y'all. Love yourself. Ain't nobody gonna love you the way you love yourself. If everybody that you around goes away tomorrow, are you gonna be okay with that? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves that question. Are you gonna be okay with knowing that everybody that you're so comfortable with is not around anymore? And I'm not talking about necessarily death, okay? I'm not trying to be that deep. But I'm talking about, like, I don't know, they just vanished, or if they went somewhere, they went on vacation, whatever. You get what I mean? Like, are you gonna be okay being alone? And are you gonna be okay with understanding, like, they not here, so I have to do it myself? You get what I mean? Like, just love yourself. And I know some people who like don't like being alone, but oh god, I'm tearing. You see, this is what I'm talking about. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, it's okay to be alone. And I get it, some people just don't want to be alone. They like the company of other people. That's totally understandable. I get it. But sometimes if it's to the point where it's like you don't want to be alone to escape your problems, then I think that actually becomes a problem, because that means you're never going to face, you know, you're never going to face what you need to face if you using everything or everybody for a distraction. You know, I know sometimes change could be scary, but y'all, change is necessary, y'all. Change is necessary. And being comfortable is not always a good thing. You know? I want my ladies to know, like, listen, you don't need nobody. We are strong enough. We don't need nobody to tell us that. We can tell ourselves that. And, you know, a lot of people too are just really like intimidated by others' strength and others' ability of doing things. Like, they really are intimidated by that. That's why I say, be aware of those kind of people and throw them away. And when you love yourself, you don't need to seek validation from nobody. You don't have to hop on no bandwagon. You do what you want to do because this is just who you are. You get what I mean? You don't need a certain movement to be a part of. You are that movement. You get what I'm saying? Like, and some people take confidence as arrogant, as being arrogant, or being Oh, you think you know? Like, no, that's not. I'm not even gonna do that with you. I'm not even gonna do that with you. I'm not even gonna go back and forth with you. Cause only the people who understand gets it. And if you don't understand, sometimes it's just not meant for you to understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just not meant for people to understand, and it's not for you to explain certain things to people. Like, who are you again? Like, this is my life. I don't need to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing or why I want this. Like, girl, bye. And sometimes we forget that. So sometimes when you catch yourself, go right back in the mirror and talk to yourself like, sis, what are you doing? You know you that bitch. Alright? And sometimes we need that reminder, y'all. When we not feeling as cute today, or we not feeling like ourselves, we need to just go right in the mirror and be like, what you were saying? Who you? I thought so. Don't feel like you have to stay somewhere because there's nowhere else to go, or because you're comfortable. No, that's the wrong way of thinking about that. Wherever you at, if you want to stay there, know that, all right, you choose to stay there. This is what you want to do. But don't feel like you have to stay there. Because you don't have to do nothing. You don't want to be unhappy with something, with someone, whatever. Y'all, change it. It's that simple. Change it. Don't allow comfort to rule y'all. Because being comfortable is not always good. And you don't grow that way. I really just dislike people who take advantage of other people's vulnerability. Like, that really bothers me, y'all. Like, I don't like that. Like, you know damn well he or she was vulnerable, and that's the reason why certain things happen. It's not for other people to take advantage of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And I get it. People are gonna wind up doing it anyway. I mean, in some situations, people only do what you allow them to get away with. I mean, that's in a lot of cases. But when you're in a vulnerable state, people smell that. People see that. And it's not fair to take advantage of that. I'm going to go in with this glitter. I'm going to put this right on top. I'm going to see how this looks. Within y'all to know that, listen, you are capable. You are worthy. You are beautiful. And you are enough. Period. Don't allow anybody to make you feel otherwise. And the people who's putting us down and doing certain things, those are the people who don't love themselves enough. Those are the people who just hate the fact that you coming into your own. Those are the people who get tight because they can no longer take advantage. You get what I mean? Those are the people. They mad. I'm going in with Morphe dark room. Where's my shopping at? Morphe dark room eyeliner. And to all my ladies out there who are scared, who want to leave so bad, and probably talking to themselves every day, because I feel like us women, we know, we know when we deserve more. We know when we're not being treated as how we deserve. We know deep down. And to all my ladies out there who is so scared, who wants it so bad, who want to leave so bad, but is so scared because they don't know what leaving or change would do to them. They just the fact of the unknown is what prevents them from going. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all are ready, I'm just gonna take my Morphe setting spray just to wet the brush a little so the glitter can stick on it. Y'all already in a crazy situation and y'all already unhappy and y'all leaving. What's the worst that can happen? Like, what's the worst that can happen if y'all go? If y'all already unhappy and y'all already settling for someone or something that's not serving y'all any good, what's the worst that can happen? Like, really, Sometimes you have to think to yourself like, yo, I'm already unhappy, I'm already miserable here. If I leave and do this, what's the worst that can happen? You know, sometimes we have to weigh out our options and be like, yo, if I leave, it's a possibility, you know, this is gonna happen. But if I leave, yo, I'll probably be way 10 times better. I'll probably be happier if I leave. You get what I mean? Like, sometimes we have to really talk to ourselves like that, just to get ourselves going. We gotta boost ourselves up. When we not, that's why I'm saying it's important to be alone, because when you're going through certain things and you don't have somebody around, or when, and you know how people are, sometimes it's like people want to be around when things is good, but when things is horrible, they know where to be found. You get what I'm saying? Some people only know how to be there when the turn up is happening. Some people don't know how to be there when shit hits the fan. And this is what I'm saying, when you okay with being alone, and when you your own best friend, this is the only thing I like about glitter. And when you your own best friend, when you're going through certain things like that, you go to yourself. You go to yourself for that help, and you talk yourself up. When you don't have the confidence, you go to yourself and you talk to yourself and be like, we could do it, because y'all can. Like, we can. Us women, we are so powerful, yo. And it's people who don't want us to believe that. There's a lot of men out here who's intimidated by strong ass women. They bitch niggas. Yup, I said it. I said what I said, and I don't care. They bitch niggas. People, they just want you to be there for the benefit of them. They use women. They use women so they could you know, get their drawers washed and stuff, because they don't know how to do nothing for themselves. Like, bye. Okay. And us women, we don't get used. Okay. We are queens. Period. But y'all, take that. I'm telling you, take that risk. If you're really unhappy, and I get it, it's not as easy said than done, but I'm telling y'all, sometimes, especially if it's something that's on your mind heavy, like all the time, do it. Take the risk. Because yeah, some cases you take the risk and you probably go back into being that person that was already unhappy to begin with. Possibility. Or another possibility is you leave out of a toxic situation and Stella got her groove back. Okay? It could be so many other things to it. And honestly, listen, God don't like ugly. God do not like ugly. Don't focus on, you know, getting revenge or nothing. No. Allow God to deal with that person's karma, because God karma is always better. While you focus on building yourself up, building your self-esteem, because you have this person over here who shitted on it so hard that you don't even know who you are anymore. So focus on building yourself up. Focus on getting your money. Focus on getting you back. Don't even focus on trying to get the other person back. And sometimes we do that because like we so mad, we so angry at what we allowed, that we want this person to hurt as bad as how, you know, they hurt us, or as bad as we hurting. But it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary time to really sit there and think about a plot twist to get somebody else back. They not worth that. They not worth that energy. Sis, you already spent too much time on this person and the job that you don't like, or whatever it is. Don't waste no time trying to get your manager back. Don't waste no time trying to get that friend who backstabbed you back. Don't waste no time trying to get this man or woman that hurt you. Do not waste your time. That time that you direct into those people that violated you could be towards your own happiness, could be towards yourself. Best revenge is getting that paper, period. Y'all, and don't spend too much time like belittling yourselves for what y'all allow these other people to do. Don't sit here and be like, yo, I feel stupid, or why the fuck am I in this? Like, I'm hard, I'm dumb, and all that. Like, I get it. Sometimes we gotta say that to ourselves, because in some cases it's true. I ain't gonna front. Sometimes we lose ourselves for the convenience of others, and then we be like, yo, that was some stupid shit. You get what I mean? It happens, but don't spend too much time doing that. You know why? Things happen, life go on. The most important part is you aware now, and you know it would never happen it would never happen again. Okay, mine again me tight. I think it's just dry now. Like, I thought this was my new one. This is my new one. Why is it dry? I'm annoyed. Like, I can't deal anymore. Let me stop. Because you know how when you constantly put line on top of line on top of line, and start looking even worse. So let me just not even go there. Why would anybody change if they know, like, alright, this way is still gonna get me what I want? So why change? Like, no. Sometimes we gotta be real with ourselves, okay? And let me tell y'all, Stacy would be y'all girlfriend that's gonna be real with y'all. Okay? I'll be real with y'all. I will support y'all and be real with y'all and be there for y'all. I won't kick y'all when y'all falling, okay? I promise that. Because I know I won't want that shit done to me. Every day is I learn something new. And that's just it. That's just it. It's not about what somebody did to you. It's about how you react to it. Okay? It's about how you react to it. Y'all look pretty. What y'all think? But yeah. It's about how you react to it. And understanding that sometimes we're so powerful that some people just can't handle it. We all be powerful, successful, beautiful people. Why can't we all do it? Some people just feel like, oh no, it's only room for me. Like, no, it's not, sis. Like, and who are you? No, it's not. Like, why are you thinking that way? Girl, bye. I'm gonna go in with my Nubia. This is what's wrong with me? What is that? Oh, Jubia. I'm going crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with Nubia by Jubia's Place. I'm just gonna put a little slashing on my nose. I wanted to chat with y'all. You know, I love my women. I love y'all, and I just want us, all of us, to know that we are dope and we could conquer whatever it is that we put our mind to. All right, so now lip time. I have 3 different liners. Now y'all know Vibes is my favorite, hands down. Then I have also, these are my 3 favorites. I have Vibes 320 by Kiko and Toasty. So Toasty and Vibes is from Morphe. I love Vibes. Vibe is a vibe. I don't know, maybe I will go in with 320. No, I'm gonna go in with Toasty. I'm gonna go in with Naturally Transformed by MAC. Final touch, the one and only. Ooh. All right, y'all, so this just sums up the video. How do I look, y'all? Oh, so I put on a little bit of Nubia highlight. All right, y'all, so this is the final look. I hope y'all like it. All my beautiful women out there, I love y'all. Stay strong, stay powerful, don't give up, be fearless, take risk, enjoy your own company, love yourself so hard, y'all. Like, love yourself. Like, I can't say that enough. And yeah, and listen, don't knock other people down. Okay, do not, especially us women, we have to stick together. There's enough people already knocking us down. All right, like, we don't need to do that within our little own, like, community. We don't need to do that. There's enough room for all of us. We are all beautiful. We are all have our own unique styles which make us beautiful. And don't compare yourself to nobody. Be okay with being who you are, because ain't nothing wrong with who you are. Y'all are enough. Okay, period. We enough. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.